I'm gonna do a little political rant here because why not? Just it grosses me out. So my biggest concern is biggest concern. The most unfortunate thing I think that is happening right now is you don't have a true left leaning party anymore, and you don't have a true right leaning party anymore. We don't have typical conservatives, and we don't have typical Democrats or liberals anymore. Um, the unfortunate part is the Conservative Party is now the MAGA Party, and the MAGA Party is simply run by one man, Donald Trump. And to put it lightly, that Donald Trump is retarded. Donald Trump has corrupted and brain fucked uh, the entire conservative movement. It's a bit gross. I'll leave it at that. I'm not even focusing on the right on this in this video. I'm focusing on the left. The left has so much capability to fucking annihilate the right. And the unfortunate part is when I claim, because I would say I'm a liberal Democrat, and I would say it's to the most truest extent, like an actual JFK type. But those don't exist anymore. And what happens is if you aren't a full on socialist or DemSoc, fucking hidden communist under the sheets, this disgusting movement, then you are a fascist or you're just as bad as Republicans. Um, and that's like so far out of reach. And the way that news spreads and the ideas of politics spread now any days is you have so much information on social media, you have so much bullshit that gets talked about, and people just hear something, they think, oh, they just hear it, and they hear it from a political pundit. Sometimes not even a political pundit. Sometimes it's from a influencer, and they think that's right. That's what I believe, with zero, not a lick of going in and understanding any sort of background, history, why they may even believe in what they believe in. And I mean, if you're into the political space at all, at least like in the social media realm, then you would know a name, Hassan Piker. And he is probably one of the most disgusting human beings that I can't stand when he comes up on my feeds. It's he's just simply the most capitalistic, indulging person more than any capitalist enjoyer on the planet. I like capitalism. I think it's a good system. Does there need to be, some reformation? Does there need to be socialist aspects to be, uh, you know, entered into our capitalistic society? I think yes, a lot of changes need to occur. But Hassan Piker, being the hidden fucking communist, disgusting freakazoid he is, claims to be a democratic socialist. And this is the guy that wouldn't tell people to vote Kamala over Trump. That he said it didn't matter because they're the same person. Just by the way, if at all you're on the left and you believe in something like that, and you think that Kamala would have just been just as whatever, and you're basing all of your votes on this fucking Israel Palestine conflict that has been going on for fucking centuries now. But the only reason it's in the news is because Hassan Piker knows he can get a lot of fucking motion off of October. What was it? October 13th, October 7th, whatever the fuck the date was. He knew. Oh fuck yeah. I don't. He doesn't actually give a shit about the people that are dying. He cares about, oh man, I can just talk about this and talk about this. He hasn't stopped talking about Israel Palestine since that fucking initial date. He doesn't start a stream or start and end a stream without bringing up Israel Palestine. And now we're in 2026. It's fucking June, and this guy is claiming that because he's an anti-Semite, um, that he was barred from the UK. If you don't know what recently just happened, it was like a day or two ago, and it drives me fucking insane. I was just in the UK, so I understand the process of getting into the UK. This is a rant. This isn't very like well spoken or like timeline wise correct, but just bear with me and try to follow along. I'm trying to paint the picture of why I can't stand the left anymore. It's like I'm actually unironically in my own little, not my own little. I have a lot of people that actually have the same viewpoints. You get wrapped up in like, oh, I'm a like people say, if you say you're a sock dem to me, you're just a communist in my eyes. That's just what it is. Like, and I don't like communism. And if you're a full on Republican or conservative, I just think you're fucking stupid as fuck, and you just follow Trump and you blow Trump all day, and you don't want to say Trump does anything wrong. Like those are our extremes now, and it's fucking infuriating. Infuriating. I can't say that word, but that's what it is. You're either like a hidden communist and you wouldn't care about you wouldn't care if the West fell, or you're on the same boat. You just want to follow Trump, not say he does anything wrong. You don't care about international law. You don't care about anything. It's not just about America first. It's about whatever Trump says he wants to do. It's never been about America first. It's always been about his ego and what he thinks is right. Whatever. Hassan Piker and his fucking uncle Cenk Uygur, these two fucking indulging in fucking Jewish conspiracy about 9. It's so disgusting what can just be spewed and the lies that can be spewed on these platforms, and they have such big audiences, and then you're just corrupting fucking minds unironically. Like it's so gross. I hate seeing it. That's why I like stepped out of the politics game, because even when I go do something like this, even if I talk to someone who's on the opposing side, more often than not, people aren't open. It's not that people aren't open to changing their minds. It's that they're not willing to accept when something is factual or not. And that's what bugs me the most. If I can sit here and I can read you a transcript, or if I can show you a court document and be like, this is what happened. This is the truth. There's, for some reason, always some way out of it somehow for these people. And it's both sides. Anyways, Cenk Uygur and Hassan Piker both got not banned from going to the UK. They did not get fucking barred. That's not what happened. What you can do to go to the UK, to bypass getting an actual full-on visa, is you can get this like ETA. You fill it out. It takes like 5 minutes, and it just like kind of connects to your passport. Boom, you're good. It's just like a little bit of an easier access. I got to do it. My entire class got to do it. It was like a school little trip for 2 weeks. We did that. Didn't have to do a visa. A lot easier, a lot simpler. That's what they didn't denied from Hassan. They didn't deny him access. They even wrote him an email saying, "You're not denied full access. We just need you to get a full visa." Mind you, this is the guy that has openly supported terrorist organizations. Whatever you believe in Israel Palestine, I don't give a fuck your opinions. Hamas is a terrorist organization. The Houthis, Hezbollah, he's openly supported. He had a fucking Houthi kid on his fucking stream, and he was like talking to him like he was Luffy from One Piece. It is the most cringe, performative, disgusting behavior anyone can ever do. This guy wears shirts that says, kill the rich, when he's a fucking multi-millionaire living in California in a huge mansion, brags about and gets designer, always has fucking accessories, always clean cut, in suits, constantly different suits. It's the most disgusting capitalistic lifestyle I've ever seen. And if you aren't about the actual socialist movement, then shut the fuck up. If you were if Hassan was actually about it, and like cared and like spread his wealth significantly, I wouldn't give a fuck. He's been on record bragging that he's the richest person in a room or at a party. This guy is the most. It drives me fucking insane to think that someone like that exists and that people follow him and think he's intelligent. One, he doesn't even understand Israel Palestine. I don't even think to a high level. Like, if I went and did the bare minimum research that I did from 1900 to 1948, from 1948 to like current day, I would have more knowledge than Hassan. I guarantee you I could understand more than what that fucking dipshit knows about Israel Palestine if I took the time to go do it. He doesn't take the time to do actual research. He has fucking 70 goddamn Twitter tabs open, and he gets his fucking info from Twitter or Reddit or whatever the fuck. Now, this is going to be a rant about dem stocks, but the real issue, it's a bit. There's a guy named Vosh too. He's a fucking sicko too. But Hassan Piker is like the biggest actor, the biggest like threat to the left. He is a damning figure to the left. We need to cast them out, and we need to be a solo, like liberal democratic party, capitalistic Democrats. It's okay to have some capitalism. Just to be clear, the United States of America is one of the best places to live in. I don't care what you say. It's one of the best countries to grow up in, no matter what your race is, no matter male, female, whatever you think you want to be. Best country to live in, hands down. You cannot. I don't think you can argue that. You have 50 fucking states you can move in and around that might align with your way of life better. That does not exist anywhere else. It does not exist. The freedom of speech, the freedoms we have, don't exist anywhere else. They just don't. Your access to making a living for yourself does not exist anywhere else. I'm not the biggest American advocate ever, but I know a good country when I see one. And I can't sit here and just say, oh, yeah, America's the worst country ever. It's not. And people like Hassan Piker, who go to China and probably got paid to go to China and fucking talk up the goddamn Chinese Communist Party, it's just a disgusting display. Drives me up a fucking wall. And that's why I don't indulge in politics anymore, because it's just, I can get more answers in philosophy than I can get out of fucking people talking back and forth about politics, because it's politics isn't about politics. Politics is about just standing your ground no matter what, not changing your mind and not understanding, not even going off full moral code for what you think is right or wrong. You can say one thing and do another. You can fucking spend millions of dollars on fucking clothes and then argue that we should be a socialist country. And in reality, you don't even want it to be a socialist country. You want it to be a communist country. And you fucking, no, I'm just talking about Hassan specific. If you don't know who Hassan Piker is, I would suggest don't get to know him. He's a disgusting human being. And he's the biggest, like, he is the biggest threat, I think. And that the whole Soc Dem, Socialist Democrat movement, it's the biggest. I'll get a little controversial here. That and the whole, you want to know how Democrats win again? You cast aside people like Hassan Piker. You do not invite them to the Democratic Party. Um, what is it? The Democratic Convention, whatever the fuck it's called. You don't invite them, which I think they revoked them last time. Good on you. All he only ever talks to fucking AOC and Bernie, anyways. They're never gonna win. Sorry, you're not gonna get that kind of socialist movement. It's just not gonna happen. Now we can work towards socialist um, intricacies. You know what I mean? There's things that you can do um, in a country. Healthcare, schooling, like the typical shit, food, shelter. Like there is some things that I do think people should just be allowed to get and have access to, but uh, there is a way that I think capitalism is just kind of a better system, and I wouldn't want to go down a socialist route that could lead us into a communist route, and that's the path. No matter what you say, it always is the path. You go full socialist, you go full communist. To an extent, right? Obviously, there's levels to it, and how fast things go is, it just depends. And I think the beauty of our system is people like to claim and throw out the term fascism for Trump. It's like he's not a fucking fascist. If he wanted to be, he can't be. You know what I mean? He might have some fascist tendencies, but I think our system does a really good job of protecting us from that. I mean, I fucking hate Trump as much as the next guy, but thankfully our system has been made properly so that we are protected from that. And so with socialism and communism, I'm not saying capitalism is perfect and that it's not evil, but I think it's the better avenue. I think it's the lesser evil of many of these ways, and that's why I also say, like, we can adjust. We don't have to just be capitalist. We don't just have to be fucking socialist, whatever the fuck. You don't just have to be one. You can mix in an array of ideas. Take some things from each one that seem really great. Try to put them in practice. Well, guess what? We have a socialist fucking mayor in New York. I wouldn't want to live there, but maybe he's gonna, if there's a lot of things that go right and he proves it to be a good method, then hey, good on him, and I'll shut the fuck up. But until then, um, we have one of the best economies in the world. We will always have one of the best economies in the world. We have one of the best fighting forces. We have some of the best schools. Now we're kind of leaning down on that, like the higher higher education, anyways. A large portion of high tech comes from us. There's just so much. We take in more high level people than I think most other countries. Um, I'm not an Elon fan, but think about Elon. Like he did make a lot of big improvements to environmental stuff, SpaceX, the Tesla, the electric vehicles. He came from South Africa. I don't know. I was just watching some stuff, and it's really gross because when I what the my main gripe with what I heard was Hassan saying he is barred from the UK, and it's like you're not, and you're just lying to your audience. You just can't get the little special access, invalidly so. Even if they fucking declined him for a visa, the dude openly supported. He Here's some famous quotes. America deserved 9/11. Hassan Piker. Kill all the landlords. Let the streets run with their blood or bleed with their blood. Nice dude. His mom's a landlord, by the way. Just by the way, how talk about hypocrisy. He's fucking shocking his dog on stream. Good one because he wants to. It gets me so heated. Um, and then he was talking about like Hezbollah or Hamas to Nick Pollum on stream, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, they're a terrorist organization. They're labeled a terrorist organization." And Nick was like, "Do we like those guys?" And then Hassan was like, "Yeah, well, they are a terrorist organization." And then Nick was like, "Oh, I don't." Like a smart fucking human being because they're labeled a terrorist organization. And then Hassan, Hamas, same fucking thing. Hassan was like, let's just say I don't mind them. I'll do his voice too. Let's just say I don't mind them. It's like, dude, you openly support a terrorist organization. That's what we're doing. Three of those are proxy fucking groups that operate in with Iran's word, Iran's word, and like to sit here and I don't know. I'll try to wrap up by 20 minutes, but people who talk about Israel Palestine don't know nothing about Israel Palestine. Hassan Piker knows nothing about Israel Palestine to have any basis to make any claims. He won't debate anyone that has any actual knowledge on Israel Palestine because he knows he doesn't know a fucking thing about Israel Palestine. He's a fucking idiot. He is actually the most performative, LARPing figure that we have in today's age. Like, give me any other fucking political comment. Well, there's some bad ones, but as far as the left goes, yeah, as far as the left goes, let's just say that he is just the worst, and he's the worst for democracy. And if you like democracy and if you care about freedoms, you should not listen to Hassan Piker. You should not listen to a fucking thing he has to say, and you should not listen to anybody that goes and labels himself as a Dem Sock or a social democrat or a sock dem, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because honestly, even if they don't know it, they are hidden under the sheets communists. There's my rant.